Hello and welcome to the 411. Now, today we're going to be discussing a lot, but first, let me say this. As Nigerians, we are so used to dysfunction that we see dysfunction as normal. When there is no light, normal. Someone gets to a queue and wants to jump it, normal. You purchase at a store and you don't bother to get your receipts, normal. You get to, you're on the road and there is traffic, and of course you boycott every other person. You face the traffic and you start driving on one way. Absolute normal. All these things I've listed that we see as normal, they are actually what is bringing Nigeria down. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Anywhere you see people refusing to queue, you are witnessing underdevelopment, live and direct. Because queue is not patience. No, it's respect for other people's time. The minute you observe someone, they get to a line. Other people are on that line. But the last person that just got there feels they need to be the first to be attended to. Out of uncivilized behavior at play. Because it's not like all the other people that are on the queue are lesser than you, or they are more patient than you. No, it's not like they don't have a place where they would rather be. It's not like they don't have a place they might want to be rushing to. It's just that they've decided to have respect for other people's time. That is all. They've decided to respect the fact that they met somebody there waiting already, and then they will let that person go first, and then they will have their own turn. When you see someone who feels they need not for others to have their turn, but for them to have the turn first, that is uncivilized behavior at work. Now, let's check the dictionary meaning of uncivilized. Now, according to Google, uncivilized means lacking advanced culture, which means the culture you are practicing is archaic and behind. Just you, every other person on the line knows what, but you, that one that wants to cut the queue, you are lacking in advanced culture, you are lacking in social development, you are socially delinquent, and you are not refined. Like, you are lacking in refinement. Now, uncivilized is often used to describe behavior that is rude, barbaric, or unacceptable in a polite society. Meaning, this society is saying, Oga, you should be in a jungle. Polite society. It implies a state of being wild. That behavior. You might feel like, oh, I'm acting like I'm important. Unfortunately, the message you're actually carrying across is that you are a wild person, you are an uncultivated person, and you are not going to conform to civilized moral or social standards. Where do we put you, sir? Where do we put you, ma? That is just what it means, because you don't fit into normal society. They've said it there, you are wild because you want to cause disorder. When you see everybody moving in a straight line and you see that one person that feels they need to zigzag, they should remove the one person away from that straight line so that the person can go and zigzag by themselves. We need to second all these people that behave in this way. We need to do so. In fact, the day Nigerians learn to queue without shouting, without pushing, without bribing, like you go and meet people that are there organizing, or people that are in charge, or security, or managers, and try to bribe them so that you can cut that queue and go in front. The day Nigerians start to observe proper queuing, this country will so change. This country will so change. It will so transform, which means that we wake up and everybody has regard for the other person. Nobody needs to do anything. No leader, no government needs to do anything. The country will have a 360 degrees turnaround all the way. Don't go anywhere. There is still more that we are discussing. I'll be right back. Now let's talk about how we treat made in Nigeria products. Most of us, once we see made in Nigeria stand on the body of anything, we start pricing it like kuli. Like we will price 10,000 naira, we will price it to 1 kobo. And after the person has agreed, not because the product is inferior, but because maybe they are desperate to sell it off because you don't value it, you will still be looking at the product with suspicion. But foreign products that land in Nigeria like this, you buy it with confidence, as if you were inside the factory when they were producing them. Hello, please, which among you have watched the just concluded AMVCA 2026, AMVCA 12 awards? Excuse me, did you observe excellence on the carpet? Did you see the excellence in creativity? That was 100% made in Nigeria. In case you don't understand what we mean by Nigerian excellence in terms of product, and that is in arts, that is in entertainment, that is in music. We are now talking of other things like leather work, like ABBA products that are excellent, but you will just not give them a chance. You will refuse to give them a chance. Most Nigerian products are affordable, not because they are inferior. No, most of them are affordable because we don't value them. The producers and the manufacturers are so desperate, they will sell them off at any price. In the last 15 to 20 years, we've experienced a huge boom in terms of the level of excellence that has come into the arts and crafts industry in Nigeria. And it is because we started consuming, our own products on a whole new level. On a whole new level, we started investing our time and money. We started going to cinemas to watch Nigerian movies. We started going to YouTube to watch Nigerian movies. And that industry began to experience a boom. We buy and we sew Nigerian clothes. We pay Nigerian fashion designers huge amount of money, to design clothes for us, and we wear them with pride. We are the ones that decide for ourselves what is fashionable, what is excellent, what is premium. Nobody has to do that for us. Please, check your home, check your kitchen, check your drawers, check your wardrobes. Check if you have made in Nigerian things there. Go out this week. Get a made in Nigerian product. Get a made in Nigeria item. Stock your home with them. Encourage different industries. Let them go. Have you witnessed leather work from the north? If you have bought leather products from the north before, you will know that they are everlasting and they are the best leather in the world. I would rather wear Chukudi by Chukudi. Do you understand? I want to wear a maker by a maker. I want to wear a shoe by a maker, not a Chanel made by a maker or Louis Vuitton made by a maker, or Christian Louboutin made by Let a maker put his name on his shoe. Let Uche put her name on a cap or a bag, and let's buy it with pride. Let's buy it with pride. Let's pay premium for it, for made in Nigerian things, and then let's see. Let's see if the world will not come for us. Let's see if the world will not start looking at us. Because some of the best in this universe is right in this country, in this Nigeria. We just need to believe in it. We just need to go for it. Let's take pride in our homegrown products. If you see a made in Nigeria product, buy it, use it, give feedback, let them grow, let them improve. That is all Nigeria needs. When we say things like, I beg now, help me, or things like anything for the boys, you know, or you enter an office and people are there and you are like, I beg manage jam. They are not right. Those things are not right action at all. They actually reduce us. They reduce you, they reduce the person that you are doing it with. They are causing a pandemic. A pandemic. You know, the CEO of MoneyPoint was online recently complaining about being unable to fulfill or to fill 500 positions, vacancies. They were not able to find qualified candidates for over 500 positions. People don't have job in this country, and there is 500 vacancies sitting somewhere. They are not able to find qualified. That's the action word there. Qualified candidates for those particular positions. Why? Why is that so? It is not that we don't have qualified people. It is this social re-engineering process that needs to take place. Because the average Nigerian feels a need to still be compensated, to still be induced, to still be incentivized after they have been employed and they have negotiated a salary. Once they resume at the job, they begin to frustrate every other person around. They begin to make their employer feel that, oh, now that you have employed me, you will now start to give me incentives so that I can work. When clients get into those offices, these same staffs will be frustrating everybody. They will frustrate the process of any service they want to deliver to you. Oga, anything for the boys? I beg, help us now. You make the person that just want to be served feel that if they don't incentivize you, then you will not deliver the service that you have been employed and are being paid to do. That is how you end up with a country full of people, but no excellence. Because they will not deliver excellence until there is an extra incentive. It is a practice, a habit that is slowly eating, degrading, and degenerating the system. And it is from the lowest work level, job level, to the highest. People refuse to deliver excellence until they have been paid undue incentives. Either you are the perpetrator or the receiver. Both actions are wrong. Oga, abeg now, anything for the boys is wrong. Oga, take this one, manage am, is wrong. Both actions are wrong. Because at the end of the day, you just end up with millions and millions of a workforce that cannot deliver excellence. They wake up every day unmotivated. Salary should be enough to motivate anybody. The agreement that you have signed with any organization to be a staff should be enough to be an incentive for you to wake up and run to your job. But no, Nigerians still want somebody to still pay them something extra before they deliver that excellence. or before they even do that job or that work that the desk that they have been given is supposed to perform. The duties that is associated with their job functions, they will not perform it until somebody has paid them something. You get into an office and a secretary that is just supposed to tell you to sit and move you forward will leave you there for 2 hours, and somebody will walk in and give them something, and the person will walk by you and go in. It degrades a system. It degrades a system. Gradually, the person that is being given that incentive, when nobody is giving them anything, feels like they don't need to perform at the best that they should. That is how you end up with a huge amount of workforce that is completely useless. Yes. And that is how you have a crisis like the one that Money Point was referring to. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to be more deliberate about actions that we begin to take as a nation, or else this country will be lost. Unfortunately, we have nowhere else to go. We are citizens of just this one country. If you have dual citizenship, oh God, they will tell you first citizen Nigerian, then you now have a second citizenship. You can't abandon where you have been born. No, you can't. It's you that will say, I've abandoned Nigeria. Anywhere else you go, they will say, oh, he's a Nigerian, but he's saying he does not want to be a Nigerian anymore. They will still associate you with the country. Why don't we make it great? Why don't we make it excellent? We need to work on this. I'll be right back. You cannot cheat PHCN. You cannot cheat traffic. You cannot cheat systems and expect that your child will now grow up to become a responsible adult. That is not right thinking. That is like saying you are sowing, you went to plant orange and you are now expecting to harvest yam. Or you planted cassava and you are expecting to harvest coconut. Fallacy. Because nation building is observed behavior. Be saying one thing and be doing something else. Oh, this country must be great. Oh, I don't understand why our leaders are like this. I don't even understand how this government is self. But your child is at home seeing you removing NEPA wire, PHCN wire, observing you removing PHCN wire. And you say, all those, they can steal in this country. They can steal in this country. But the minute you get to traffic like this, your child that is in the back seat see you, red light. And they've taught your child in school, red means stop. You just go, I must beat it. I must beat it. I'm smart. I'm smart. That is how you get kids who also grow up and they are trying to cheat PHCN. They are trying to cheat traffic. They are just trying to cheat system anywhere they can. And little and big, citizens become leaders. If you have a complaint about a leader, you have a complaint about the government you have, it is the citizens that has been groomed that become leaders and government. Have you ever seen any country where foreigners become leaders or governments? It's Nigerians that will become the leaders. What we raise is what we rule. In another 20, 25 years, the teenagers of today, some of them will start running for governors. What you are raising now is what we rule. Whatever it is that we start with is what we will end with. And it will be bigger at the end because it will be gathering momentum as it's going. Nation building is observed behavior. The kids of the future are the children now looking at all your actions. Whatever you see, when you are in your old age and you want to start crying that what kind of Nigeria is this? It is the Nigeria that you raised. It is the Nigeria that you are living now. You that is stealing from the coffers. You that is cheating system. That is the Nigeria you are gradually raising. Little actions, just like little droplets making an ocean. A cumulative series of actions by every Nigerian ending up in a disaster, a crisis. That is what we are doing. Let us be conscious of our actions. Let's be conscious of what we do every day. Taking the easy way out all the time is not nation building. No. If you teach the next generation that taking the easy way out, cutting corners, making no sacrifices is the way to go, you are leaving a legacy that will not stand for the next generation. We need to stop calling dysfunction normal. We need to recalibrate the system. We need to rewire. What we met, we can untangle it, we can unlearn, and decide for ourselves the future that we want, for our country and for our children. The Nigeria that we want is not far away. No, it's not far. It is in our daily actions, in our intentional actions. That is the Nigeria that we will get. Whatever we sow today is the future that Nigeria will reap. So let's be mindful of our actions and let's be very intentional about raising responsible children because they are the Nigeria of tomorrow. Until next time, I remain Anu Michael Aleshiloye, and this is the 411. See you next week, Friday.